I don't have, I'm not on.
Okay. We good to go? Good morning, honorable mayors, distinguished partners and colleagues. Welcome to the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy for Sustainable Urban Development 2025. I am Sanjeevani Singh, and I have the pleasure of guiding you through today's program. To officially open our session, please welcome Dr. Srinivas Pupuri, Chief of UN Habitat Bangkok Program Office for the Regional Office of Asia and the Pacific. Over to you, Sri, and then Sri's opening remarks will be followed by Kurt Garrigan, who is Chief of the Sustainable Urban Development Section in the Environment and Development Division of ESCAP. Over to you, Sri.
Good morning, Sanjeev. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
We can hear you clearly. Please go ahead.
Great, great. Thank you very much. Good morning, everyone. Honorable mayors, distinguished professors, friends, part of the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy Advisory Board. My name is Srinivasa Pupuri, and I welcome you all on behalf of United Nations Human Settlements Program UN Habitat to this 2025 cohort of the Mayors Academy for Sustainable Urban Development. I'm quite delighted to see mayors from new countries, such as Cambodia this time, joining for the first time, I would say, as well as veteran mayors, such as from Nepal, as well as several cherished alumni. So very glad to see all of you. Very many congratulations. We heard that one or two mayors may not be able to join, but nevertheless, I think we have good number of people joining. Last week, we all have witnessed very vibrant discussions in the meetings around the ESCAP Commission session, and I had an opportunity to accompany our UN Habitat Executive Director to informal settlements here in Thailand, in Bangkok, the outskirts of Bangkok. And that reminded me of the importance of working with the local partners and the stakeholders, communities, and variety of those people that are helping those communities, as well as the criticality of coordinating closely with the local bodies, local authorities that are led by many of you, the leaders and the champions, such as yourself. So as to cater to the services of all those communities that are most vulnerable, and also living in informal settlements, sometimes low-income settlements, so that you and your city hall will not leave anyone behind. So as you know, colleagues, our urban population and the density in the region is growing rapidly. I do not want to go into the numbers, quite mind-blowing what we contribute from the Asia Pacific. And this is against the backdrop of almost 1.7 to 2 trillion infrastructure gap that is required annually across Asia and the Pacific. So imagine if you combine that with the damages and the losses that we are experiencing from climatic risk and also the natural risk, as you witnessed just a month before in the neighboring country, Myanmar. Unbelievable. So as the new and the returning mayors, I sincerely hope that you will find this academy not only useful but catalytic in forming dynamic partnerships among the cities and among yourselves, the current cohort and also the alumni of the Mayors Academy, so that I have, the examples what I have seen before of a couple of mayors actually getting together, exchanging ideas, cross-fertilizing the programs in their own cities is something we are looking forward to. And we have seen friendships also, the new friendships that have been, kind of emerged out of this 6 to 9 months of association with all of you. I think we are really looking forward. It's very virtual, and we hope to get a couple of opportunity to have you in person, hosting in Bangkok or elsewhere, in any of the events that ESCAP and UN Habitat or any other partners are kindly inviting you to come and attend and share your experiences. So let me also encourage all of you uh, to feel free in expressing yourself, the challenges you are facing, and also be proud to share any of the achievements that your city and you as a leader is experiencing during your tenure. So it's important that others know those experiences, those challenges, because there are many commonalities of challenges that our cities are facing. At the same time, you never know that we may get inspired by your stories. So with that, we collectively approach this landscape of the multilateral development. So let us find some solidarity, and also a sincere appeal. Many of our colleagues that you are seeing today and many of their own colleagues that are behind the scenes are putting valuable hours, setting aside all our day-to-day jobs, trying to prepare, trying to do a lot of hard work in preparing the curriculum modules and updating many of these modules so that you as leaders will get the best of the best. So we sincerely appeal that all of you please do spare quality time without any disturbances, so that your focus is going to be an opportunity for us to register our reflections in your minds, and make sure that that will also benefit your people and your communities and the constituents that you are serving. So once again, a very warm welcome and congratulations to the Academy this year. Thank you. Over to you, Sanji.
To Kurt Garrigan to provide opening remarks on behalf of ESCAP. Over to you, Kurt.
Thank you very much, Sanji, and thanks, Sri. I hope you can all hear me very well. Good morning, honorable mayors, distinguished guests, Academy partners, and colleagues. On behalf of ESCAP, it's my great pleasure to warmly welcome you to the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy class of 2025. As Sri also mentioned, we're very pleased to have 11 mayors from 6 countries representing more than 1.3 million citizens gather here to lead the next wave of sustainable urban transformation. Your leadership is vital to shaping inclusive, resilient, low carbon, and sustainable futures for our cities. Today, we'll begin a shared journey to strengthen your strategic leadership, to foster dynamic peer learning, and to build partnerships that can transform challenges in local communities into opportunities. The Asia Pacific region, as you heard, is urbanizing against a complex backdrop: slower population growth, aging societies, rising climate risks, and deepening inequalities. Yet the region remains a global economic powerhouse and a hub of innovation, offering cities especially a profound opportunity to pioneer inclusive, climate-resilient development models. As you honorable mayors know better than anyone, cities are on the front line of the great transitions of our time, whether they be decarbonization, digitalization, or demographic change. The decisions you make today will define the well-being of future generations, not only locally, but across the interconnected region of Asia Pacific. The Academy is here to support you in contributing to the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, to help implement the new urban agenda, and to drive local climate action under the Paris Agreement. But most importantly, to help you create resilient and sustainable communities for your own residents. The focus in the region on sustainable urban development is no longer just about growth. It's about building resilience, fostering that inclusion and ensuring that no one and no place is left behind. As urban leaders, you have a critical role to champion bold, integrated, and people-centered policies that unlock sustainability, prosperity, and justice. Over the coming months, we will share with you practical strategies, help mobilize regional expertise to support you, and help you to develop concrete, high-impact mayoral initiatives. ESCAP and the Academy partners, UN Habitat, UCLG ASPAC, the Association for Pacific Rim Universities, UNU, Institute for Advanced Study of Sustainability, and IGES are proud to work together in valued partnership to support your journey and collective action. Once again, welcome to the Mayor's Academy. We look forward to working with you in the coming months. Thank you very much.
Kurt, for your welcome remarks. We will now hear brief or greetings from our Academy partners who play a really vital role in supporting this initiative. We, unfortunately, Dr. Banadia Chandra Devi, Secretary General of United Cities and Local Governments for Asia and Pacific, is unable to join us today due to personal reasons. So we will transition next, and it is my pleasure to invite Dr. Thomas Schneider, who is the Chief Executive for the Association of Rim Universities, to provide welcome remarks. Over to you, Dr. Schneider.
Thank you so much, and hello to everybody. On behalf of the Association of Pacific Rim Universities, I'm really delighted to warmly welcome the new cohort of distinguished mayors from Nepal, Cambodia, Malaysia, Indonesia, and the Maldives to the start of the 2025 Asia Pacific Mayors Academy. The majority of people on Earth, as you know, today live in cities. Cities thus have a predominant impact on global economic growth, development, and prosperity. At the same time, cities are also drivers of innovation, consumption, and investment due to their role as economic powerhouses, and also because they play an essential role in as an environmental factor. They need to be taken into account in a systematic way in our efforts to advance collectively the Agenda 2030 for sustainable development. This situation applies specifically also to Asia, which accounts for a third of the world economic output and has the highest number of people living in urban areas. And therefore you, honorable mayors and city leaders of the region, are called to help ensure that the continuing economic recovery and the accelerating trend towards urbanization go hand in hand with sustainable and responsible development. As much as environmental issues, including the impacts of climate change, are some of the greatest challenges for cities today, sustainable urban development and responsible urbanization are also crucial factors in limiting environmental degradation and spurring the development of mitigation strategies when dealing with climate change. Improved urban planning, the integration of smart city strategies, and a focus on urban nature-based interventions will inevitably shape the sustainable cities of the future, home to most people on this globe. At the community level, cities are drivers towards more equitable, inclusive, and resilient societies, which in turn can provide efficient and equitable access to education, resources, and services. For all these reasons, we have to make sure that cities and city leaders have access to the latest knowledge and expertise. It puts them in a powerful position to tackle environmental challenges and to address unsustainable patterns of urban development. And this is why APRU, the Association of Pacific Rim Universities, joined forces 6 years ago with our partners UN ESCAP, UN Habitat, UCLG, ASPAC, IGES, and UNO-AIS to support capacity building in the region, setting up precisely the Asia Pacific Mayors Academy. This very academy provides an essential platform for city leaders such as yourselves to share best practices, to learn from each other, to become part of an important leadership network, and to gain the latest knowledge on how to contribute to climate action, to localize sustainable development goals, and to ensure that your cities will become more resilient, equitable, and sustainable. Over the next few months, you will also be meeting and working closely with our APRU Sustainable City experts from our member and partner universities across the entire region. In conclusion, I thank you, distinguished mayors, once again for your decision to join this academy and to become a member of this important network of sustainable city leaders. I wish you much excitement, joy, and, not the least, the reward of acquiring new knowledge. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Schneider, for those welcome remarks and for joining us here today. It's now my pleasure to invite Professor Shinobu Yamaguchi, who is the Director for the United Nations University Institute for Advanced Study of Sustainability. Over to you, Professor.
Yeah, thank you very much, Madam Chair. Honorable mayors, distinguished academy partners, and esteemed colleagues. A warm welcome to all the mayors. It is my great pleasure to join you in this first session of the 2025 Mayors Academy for the Sustainable Urban Development in partnership with UN ESCAP, UN Habitat, UCLG, ASPAC, APUR, and IGES. I appreciate the diverse participation of this year's cohort, whose commitment will strengthen the Academy's growing network and our shared mission to advance the urban sustainability. To mark this occasion, allow me to highlight 3 important points for your consideration. The first, the way we design our cities will be decisive in achieving the Paris Agreement. In many cases, cities lead the way in climate adaptation and mitigations. They're going further and faster than national government to limit the rise in the global temperature. We need to learn from your cities that climate solution can bring the higher living standards and are supported by your people. Second, we need to be reminded, unfortunately, that less than 1/5 of the SDGs are on track for the moment. It is a challenge and that we can overcome if we have a commitment, ideas, and solutions, and investment that drive our progress further. I believe cities' action are at the forefront in localizing and delivering the SDGs. So let's work together to ensure that cities contribute to this goal. Lastly, back in January, the UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres, in his briefing to the member state on his priorities for 2025 this year, called for addressing inequalities by committing to the policies that promote equity. Women, children, people with disabilities, older people, minorities, and indigenous people, among others, are more exposed to the risks. With the right will and resources, your cities can lead the way in delivering people-centered, locally led solutions. Honorable mayors, your presence, energy, and ambition tell me that although the greatest challenges facing your cities are daunting, that we are relying on your leadership in advancing the sustainability and climate actions and build the resilience. I have just visited the Noto Peninsula which was hit by the greatest earthquake last year, and following the guerrilla rain, which really drained everything they had built. But cities, they were taking a charge to rebuild the resilience with better the societies. So I really have confidence in the leadership of those local communities and local leaders to make things happen in such a difficulties. So I look forward to hearing about your innovative strategies to guide your cities to peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable future that your communities need and deserve. Over the course of the academy, you will have an opportunity to, one, deepen your knowledge on a sustainable urban development, two, to exchange best practices or lessons learned, and three, explore the ways of strengthening collaboration with each other. Mayor's Academy is specifically designed to support you with the tools, networks, and insight to lead transformative changes in your cities. I encourage you to take full advantage of these resources. I wish you the productive sessions filled with the constructive discussion and meaningful connections. Thank you very much for attention. Please enjoy the sessions. Back to you, Madam Chair.
Thank you so much, Professor Yamaguchi, for your welcome remarks. Now we transition to Ms. Yatsuka Katoyoka, Program Director of the City Task Force for the Institute for Global Environmental Strategies. Over to you.
Thank you, Sanji. Can you hear me well? Can you hear? It's okay. Okay, honorable members, mayors, distinguished guests, and esteemed members of the Asian Pacific Mayors Academy. On behalf of the Institute for Global Environment Strategy, IJAS, it is an honor to join you in this initiative that champions collaboration and innovation in urban sustainability. Distinguished mayors, as representative of cities across the region, you hold the power to shape the future of our commitments, ensuring they are resilient, inclusive, and environmentally sustainable. And your participation in the Mayors Academy reflects a shared commitment to accelerate urban transformation. At IJAS, we firmly believe local leadership is a key to achieving the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and the new urban agenda. Cities are at the front of climate actions and equitable growth. The challenges we face deemed bold, integrated, and synergetic approaches. And through this academy, you will exchange best practices and develop actionable strategies that aligns with global sustainability goals. IJAS has been committed to partner in this initiative since its inception and contribute in particular to first 3 modules with focus on urban and territorial planning and voluntary local reviews, we call the VLRs, which are critical tools for cities to plan strategically and localize global goals in measurable, meaningful ways. Our support for voluntary local reviews began in 2018 with pioneering cities like Kitakyushu, Toyama, and Shimoka of Japan. Since then, we have continued to help local governments across Asia and the Pacific advance their sustainable development agenda through the VLR processes. So we encourage you to engage fully, bring lessons back to your municipality, and make the most insights and exchange offered here. We look forward to working alongside with you in shaping a future where cities thrive in harmony with nature and their people. Let's seize the opportunity to lead with vision, determination, and shaped commitment to the sustainability. Thank Thank you very much, and I wish you all productive and inspiring academy. Thank you. Back to you.
Thank you so much for your welcome remarks, Ms. Katoka. And thank you again to all our Academy partners for your welcome remarks and your introductions. And you're all a really vital part of the success of this Academy. Now we transition to the next session. So we've introduced our Academy partners. Now we get to learn a little bit more about the 11 mayors that are joining the Academy. And as we move to the introduction of mayors session, I'd like to invite Mr. Kurt Garrigan and Dr. Srinivas Pupuri, who will be facilitating this session. Over to you.
Thank you very much, Sanji, and hopefully you can hear me. So we're going to start with a very informal introduction of mayors. We'd like to hear from you and have you tell us a little bit about yourselves and about your cities. But what we are going to discourage are prepared statements. So please try to be informal. Introduce yourselves as if you're in a more of a social gathering so that we can really get to know you. I have the pleasure of introducing the first three mayors. And I think we have a slide to show those three mayors. We have Ms. Julaya Binti Jamaluddin, President of Hulu Selangor, Malaysia. You can turn your camera on. Yes, Mayor, welcome. If you could tell us just a little bit about yourself, but mostly want to hear what it is that you love most about your city and what are some of the city's biggest challenges.
Hello, hi, can you hear me, Mr. Kurt?
Yes, we can hear you very well.
Okay, hello, good day everyone. I'm Julaiha Binti Jamaluddin, the President of Hulu Selangor Municipal Councils. Maybe some of you, this is the first time you heard this name. Hulu Selangor Municipal Council actually is located in Selangor, Malaysia. It's one of the districts that we have in Selangor. As you know, Malaysia, we have 13 states, and in each state, like Selangor, we have another district. And Hulu Selangor, one of the districts that we have in Selangor. So this Hulu Selangor, this is the largest district in Selangor, and the area is about 175,000 hectares square. And now approximately we have about 243,000 residents that living in this district. What I can tell you about this district is strategically located, and now it serves as an emerging manufacturing and also a logistic hub. Now it's homes to industries like automotive. We have our manufacturing national car here, our Produa, and we also have this Tanchong Motor manufacturing plant in Hulu Selangor, and we have another a big factory for aerospace and locomotive manufacturing. However, at the same time, this district, Hulu Selangor, we also renowned for its ecotourism. This is a district which half of our area is a forest area. So we need to preserve our ecotourism, and we have a forest, a river, and also hilly landscape. And Hulu Selangor, we offer many attraction activities such as paragliding, whitewater rafting, and other outdoor activities in Hulu Selangor. So what I can say, this dual character that we have in Hulu Selangor makes this district quite unique. We have to blend between our growth and also our natural beauty. I think that's for now about Hulu Selangor. Thank you.
What you love most about your city?
Sorry?
Can you tell us what it is that you love most about your city?
Oh, I think what I love most about Hulu Selangor is about the ecotourism activity.
Okay, great. And what do you see as your biggest challenge in your community?
Okay, what I said just now, Mr. Kurt, we are a developed district right now. We have to preserve our nature, and at the same time, we need to balance between the development, the economy, the society. So I think the most challenging thing that we have to do now is to balance between the development, to preserve our ecotourism, our nature as well. That's the most challenging thing that we have right now in Selangor.
Okay, great. Thank you so much. We'll hear more from you, obviously, as we go through the session and through the course of the Academy. It's my pleasure to next introduce Mr. Ran Bahadur Rai, Mayor of Suryodaya Municipality in Nepal. Mayor, same question for you. The biggest challenge that you have in your community, and what is it that you love most about your city?
He's muted.
You had to unmute, sir.
Yeah. Hearing?
Yes.
Yeah. This is Rana Bahadur Rai from Suryodaya Municipality from Nepal. So it is 52.52 square kilometer big. And this is a municipality very close to the Indian borders, east of Nepal, and very close to the countries Bhutan can come within the one day. And Bangladesh is very close from here. Indian many states is closed. It is a border of India, the municipality. So my municipality now, the SDG, Sustainable Development Goals, we have localized SDGs goals, and this municipality having the 57,000 populations, and we have even this municipality is a big area. The population is very less. So we have the challenges like we have this is a developing. We have the LDC countries, Nepal in LDC countries, and going to be developing countries. Definitely there is a big differences between the developed countries and these developed countries and developing countries. But we are doing our best to use the land use planning. We have the land use planning. Just 2 years back, we completed it, and it is some challenges we have to fully, implement it. Also, SDG also difficult to fully implement it because due to the financial, we have everything, but the problem is finance and capacity. Sometimes the problem of capacity buildings, these are the problems we have.
Very much. I understand the mayor of Kampong Chang, Cambodia, has had to disconnect briefly. So I'll turn it over to Sri for the introduction of the next, and maybe we'll come back to Mr. Hing later. Sri, over to you.
Great. Thank you. Let me have the privilege of introducing a mayor from Nepal, a city called Manara Shishwa, Mr. Mohan Pandey. Is it Mr. Mohan Pandey? Can you please unmute? Pandeyji,
Hello.
namaste.
Namaste. Hello. Can you hear me, sir?
Yes, we can hear you. Great. So would you like to brief about your city? We have highest number of mayors attending from Nepal in most of the cohorts, and also from the Philippines. Now from Nepal, what is special about Manara Shishwa?
Okay. Thank you so much and welcome to this Mayor Academy 2025. Honorable Mayors, District Academy Partners, I am Mohan Pandey, Mayor of Manara City Municipality, Nepal. Our city located in Madhya Province is at the side of the border. Our municipality is right corner, and the main challenges of our city, it's a new city. In just 7 years before, this city has been recognized as Nagarpalika, that means municipality. And since then, we are working very hardly to improve the lifestyle of the city. the main challenges of the city is we don't have staffs as we would like to have. We don't have trained staffs, and the people of Manasiswa are poor. And the main challenge is they have to go outside to other countries for employment purpose. We don't have employment opportunity in our country itself, and same applies with our city. Agriculture is the main source of income here, but due to lack of irrigation, we still rely on rainfall. So that is a problem of this city, and we are
Excellent.
growing continuously. We have worked in the irrigation sector. It's Krishi Vidyutikaran. That means we are supplying electricity poles to the field for the farmers so that they can use electricity for the irrigation. And we are developing the irrigation system. Health. We are doing good in health sector, and we are also doing good in education sector. We have 22 schools under our belt, and all of the schools are going to digitalization slowly and gradually.
Great. Thank you, Mohanji. Thank you very much. I think that has given kind of a Wikipedia of Manarashishwa. Thank you for highlighting the challenges that your city is facing. Maybe we would like to hear from you. What are those 2 things that you think you are going to tackle this year and next year as a mayor?
The main challenges will be the employment. That is the most challenging factor in our region. And the second one is the sustainable development. The people of Manasiswa and the education sector, of course. That too.
Okay, great. Thank you. Maybe finally, could you please tell us what has inspired you to register for this Mayor's Academy?
Manasiswa is, as I mentioned earlier, is a new city, and to develop it as a sustainable city, we can do the base. We have already done the basics, and that would help. This Mayor Academy would help us to improve the life of the people of Manasiswa and the development of the Manasiswa municipality.
Great. Thank you very much, Mr. Mohan Pandey. We're looking forward to have you as our participant for the next few months. And then I now move to my next mayor, Mr. Chantara from Akrai Kshatra.
Thank you.
Mr. Chantara.
Good morning.
Good morning, Excellency, Mr. Chantara. Akrai Kshatra municipality. Did I pronounce correctly?
Good morning, doctor, and my academic team, and beloved fellow mayor. My name is Chan Thara, and I'm really excited to be part of the 2025 Asia Pacific Mayor Academy. I come from Ariksat Municipality, Kanda Province, Cambodia. I'm passionate about learning, sustainable urban development, good governance, and learning from the other in the region. As a municipality leader, and I see this academic as a chance to connect with others who share my goal and work together on issues like climate change, affordable housing, and equitable economic growth. My main goal is to bring back useful ideas and resources that will help the people in my region. Looking forward to getting to know you all and learning together. Thank you.
Great.
First, and other way, I want to tell doctor and all the people in here, my English is poor, but I will try to know and to learn about this academic.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chantara. Our Khmer is worse, right? So your English is very good. Don't worry. Yes. So before we move on to the other one, Mr. Chantara, could you please tell us, for most of us, those who live outside, we know Phnom Penh and we know Cap City, we know Sihanoukville, we know Siem Reap. What is that special about Accra Kshatra that you would like to,
Yes,
sell the city to the outsiders?
yeah. Yes, of the one in 30 district of Kanda province, located east of Phnom Penh, stretching along the upper Mekong River, lower Mekong River, and smaller river. It is divided into 11 communes and 42 villages with a total area 199.31 kilo square.
Okay, great, Mr. Chantara. Can you tell us what you want to get out of this Mayor Academy course? What are those, few things that you would like to benefit to serve your people?
Okay.
The challenges that your city is facing.
Wait.
Okay, maybe you can explain what is the special dish that your city is famous for?
Yes, my city is near Phnom Penh. Phnom Penh is the capital city of Cambodia, and all the people.
You are muted. Now, okay.
All the people in Arangsat like Khmer noodle.
Noodles. Great.
Yes, Khmer noodle.
Thank you.
Cambodia called Num Bangkok.
Num Bangkok. Great.
Yes,
Thank you very much,
yes.
Mr. Chantara.
Right.
So now let's move forward to the next mayor. Is it Kurt? Is it your turn?
Nepal.
Yes. Because I don't have the name of the person here.
Virendra.
I'll just copy and paste this.
Okay, sorry, my apologies. Who is the next mayor? Sanji, can you help me?
Sure, Sri.
I don't have the name appearing here.
Sri, the next mayor is the mayor of Virendra Nagar, and it's mayor.
Virendra Nagar.
Yeah, and I believe she's not on the call.
Okay, so let's move on.
Okay, so that is for Ms. Kurt.
Yeah.
Okay, great, thank you.
So next we have the mayor of Musikot, Nepal.
Okay. Also not on the call.
Also not on the call. Okay, so we'll move to Bada Aceh, Indonesia.
I think she might not be on the call. Yeah, she's on the call. Yes, she's on the call.
Mayor Lisa Saududan Jamal. Can you unmute, please? Turn your camera on.
Mayor Lisa official. Representative. It's a
He's
representative.
representative from the city of Banda.
Banda Aceh. Miss Ibu Eliza Sabuddin.
Okay, looks like we have a representative, joining. Mohammed, is that correct?
You are muted.
Okay. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Uhaba Banganyo.
Abaget. Someone can speak Aceh. I'm Muhammad Rida, representative of Mrs. Lady Mayor of Mrs. Nasaruddin Jamal. I'm sorry because she's right now in the middle of Indonesian Mayor Forum, city opening session actually. She will join with us later after the ceremony is finished. So would you like just wait for the in the middle of the session of the introduction, or maybe they have a suggestion?
Since we see you, if you would just briefly describe your city and what some of the development challenges that the mayor is seeking to address. Very briefly.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much for this opportunity. I would like to say something about the city. I'm the city assistant for government and prosperities of city of Banda Aceh city government. And my city is Banda Aceh. Banda Aceh city has about 265,000 people, and we have like 63 square big. The area is very small, and we have the experience of the tsunami in 2004, 20 years ago, that has already destroyed 3/4 of the sea. And like we said, that we already built the city, and right now we have a lovely city, a better city already built, but we have lack of some how to say that beautification of the city. For instance, yeah, we need some of special like a treatment. What I mean is the grinding of the city, and Banda Aceh right now is one of the pilot projects for smart city in Indonesia, and we have the opportunity, but we still need the expert because in our city has lack of the expert of the to become smart city in our city, and right now we have the new, because Miss Eliza is the new mayor, it's already elected 1 month ago, and this is a very good opportunity for her to just replanning and rearrange the city to become a better city in Sumatra and also in Indonesia. So I think like here, like she dream also, Banda Aceh will become a smart city in Indonesia. That's why we need this opportunity in this Mayor's Academy to give her the idea and the best training and something what should she do to make this city, Banda city, better in every sector actually.
Well, thank you very much. We look forward. Thank you very much. We look forward to welcoming the mayor later in the session and hearing more about the city from her as well. Let's move on now.
Thank you very much.
Mayor. Thank you again. We'll move now on to the mayor of Inaruwa, Nepal, Mayor Kedar Bandari. You with us? Can you turn your camera on? Mayor, welcome. Do you hear us okay? You're muted. Can you unmute your microphone?
Namaste, I'm okay. I'm Kedar
Namaste.
Bandari.
Mayor, unfortunately, the connection is not very good. We don't hear you, and you seem to be frozen. So maybe we need to reconnect. Mayor, if you could reconnect, disconnect and reconnect, perhaps that will help. We can come
Hello.
back. Oh, now we hear you. Please proceed. Very briefly introduce yourself. Well, I guess he took my advice and disconnected. So we'll welcome him back shortly. Is the mayor of Dulikel online?
No.
Mayor Show? Okay, so that would take us to the end for now, and hopefully we'll have some reconnections and be able to welcome the mayor from Indonesia and the mayor from Indonesia. Okay. Why don't we move on then?
Okay, so thank you to all the mayors for the introductions, and thank you to Kirk and Shri for facilitating that very informative session. We now move to the icebreaker activity, and this is just to help us for the presentation. My apologies. We move now to a presentation by Kurt, which gives an overview of the mayors that are joining the academy. Over to you, Kurt.
It's just one slide. Okay. So again, to wrap up the introductions of the mayors, we have in this class, and you'll get to meet them and interact with them more in the coming modules as well. But 11 mayors from 5 countries, representing more than 1.3 million citizens. We have the majority of mayors who are in their first term, as you see in this slide, and really a mix of cities. So we have 46% of our mayors are from populations of less than 50,000. We have about a quarter of each with populations between 50 and 100,000 and more than 100,000. Someone rejoined?
I muted him.
Mayor, can you hear us okay? Mayor Bandari?
Hello.
Hello. Welcome back.
Hello.
Hello. We
Namaste.
hear you. Can you hear us? Namaste.
Namaste.
Namaste. Can you hear us?
I am
okay?
Kedar Vandari, Mayor of Innova Municipality, eastern part of Nepal. I am from here.
Okay. Very briefly,
Can you help
can you
me?
tell us why you joined the academy?
Because academy is very important for us. It do something for Nepalese and my municipality.
Okay, can you describe your municipality?
My municipality is Innova Municipality. Here is 74,914 people and 77.92 square each area. It's a plain area. Here is called flood, and I have to do everything for the flood and fire.
Okay. Can you tell us, I'm just going to follow Sri's lead earlier. Can you tell us what is the most special food in your community?
Rice.
Rice. Okay. Anything besides rice?
Vegetable.
What would be the special dish from your municipality?
It's like snail. It's eating a kind of snail.
It's a kind of snail.
Okay. Very nice. Interesting. Well, thank you. We'll look forward to hearing more from you as we go through the sessions. All right.
Thank you.
So now I think we're going to get to the group photo. And so if everyone can turn your cameras on, and we'll take the first group photos shot of the academy for this year. And someone will let us know when the photo will be taken. So we need a gallery shot.
Yeah, can we do gallery? Yeah. Can you take a video? Okay, I'm taking a screenshot. But have you turned on the gallery?
We will take several photos. Please remain turning your phone, your camera on for all the partners as well and all the mayors. Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Good. Okay, Sanji, over to you for the next.
Thank you, Kurt. Now we transition to the icebreaker activity. Hopefully this will energize us further and connect us as well. So to introduce this activity, I'd like to hand over to Ms. Rebecca Purba from ESCAP. Over to you, Rebecca.
Great. Thank you very much, Sanji. I hope everyone can see the screen shortly being presented, but at the same time, our colleague will also drop the link in the chat for you to participate in the Mentimeter. It's not showing up yet.
It's sharing. Can you stop the share? I'm not sharing. Double click to enter. I'm sharing. Stop sharing and start again. Can you do your whole screen?
In the meantime, if colleagues can also follow the link in the chat, if people can access the chat box and click on the link. Last screen.
There we go.
Hold
Hold for a second.
Just this, yes, this one. No, no. Okay. 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 And I hope at the same time, if people can scan the QR code with your mobile, or you can basically follow the link that was on the chat and type in the code is 97518904. It's also available on the chat. If participants, then mayors especially, if you could kindly connect online. You can see that some people have joined, but not all. Great. Maybe we can move to the next question while others try to join. We have our first quiz. Okay, so the first question of an icebreaker is how old was the world's oldest mayor upon election in 2021? If you could.
You've changed screens.
Don't change screen. Okay. Great, we have seen several people submitting with the most vote on 87 years and 97 years. Okay, maybe we can give a few more seconds for others to also vote. Okay, maybe we can reveal the right question, the right answer, which is 97 years old. That is the oldest mayor upon election as of 2021. Let's go to the next question. On which SDGs has the Asia Pacific region made the most progress? So which sustainable development goals have made the most progress? Is it clean energy? Is it gender equality? Is it on the no poverty or the zero hunger? We've seen zero hunger and quality education as making most progress. We'll give it a few more seconds for both to come in. And let's reveal the answer. The correct answer is actually under industry innovation, infrastructure, and no poverty. That's where the most progress has taken place. So congratulations to the 3 mayors that got it right. The next question. What city is known for having the world's longest serving mayor who held office for 75 years? So globally, which city that has a mayor who holds the longest position? Maybe we can make some educated guess. Would it be from India, the Philippines, Botswana, or from France? We see a lot from Botswana, followed by France. Okay, we can reveal the answer. And it's actually from France. So that's the longest mayor in the office. So I think that, and then we have one more question. This was presented by Kurt earlier. So how many cities are represented in the 2025 Asia and the Pacific Mayors Academy? How many cities? I hope all the mayors can get this one correctly as part of the cohort.
Yes, they both.
Okay, maybe you can reveal the answer. I think all 11 mayors have identified themselves. So thank you very much for participating in the icebreaker, and I hand it back to Sanji.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, for that engaging icebreaker. And I think we all learned a little bit more from that session regarding our region and the world. We'd like to now move to the dialogue with alumni. And we have a special dialogue session that will be moderated by Kurt Garrigan. And we will hear insights and experiences from our 2 alumni from our 2024 Mayors Academy cohort. Over to you, Kurt.
Thank you very much, Tanji. If I could ask Mayor Hani Ahmed and Mayor Balakshir Kazai to turn on your cameras so that we can see all of us.
Hi.
Hello,
Hello.
Mayor Kazai, do we see you?
He's in the meeting.
Hey, can hear you.
Yeah, we see.
Hello.
We see you both. Thank you. It's great to see you both, and welcome back to the Academy. You both were in last year's class, and I think you both graduated, didn't you? Did you both graduate?
Yeah,
Okay, and you have your certificate right in your office?
we think so.
Okay, good. What we'd like to do is kind of hear from you, your takeaways from your participation in the Academy and any advice that you have for the incoming mayors in the Academy. So Mayor Ani, let me start with you. What were the most valuable lessons and insights that you had from the Academy, and what did you take away personally?
Okay, good afternoon. Hi, everyone. I can see a few familiar faces. Hi, Kurt. Hi, Sri. Hi, Sanjavani. Hi, Liz. Honorable panel of experts, all the previous esteemed lecturers, honorable new mayors, ladies and gentlemen. It is a great honor to be part of this alumni for Mayors Academy 2024. We actually have had the opportunity to gain valuable knowledge and insights, from the thoughtfully designed modules, discovered a wide of a range of topics, including territorial planning, climate action, urban digital transformation, smart cities, and also urban finance. In our final module, we presented our initiative, and the expert will advise us how to go forward based on their knowledge and experience handling similar issues around the Asia Pacific region. So this opportunity with the Academy also provided me with the chance to exchange views and share best experiences on the implementation of the SDGs at the local level. Generally, everyone has their local SDG, local roadmap, and keep on update their voluntary local review, which is a good sign to ensure everyone take part to sustain our habitat in this world. Yeah, climate change, disaster risk reductions is everyone attention, and all the mayors aware about it, and everyone presented their view and how to mitigate the issues and slower the process of factors that contribute to climate change. From every module and session, all local governments are striving to advance sustainable development goals despite facing various issues and challenges at their respective areas. The highlight of the experience was the opportunity to meet and greet UNDP team in Bangkok and attend a physical meeting at the UNDP building where we had a chance to engage with them in person. Yeah, the thrilling part is that you need to present your final initiative only in 3 minutes, and you really have to pick the gist of your presentation. And the best part of it is actually I always become the first speaker for that particular during the class and all that. And also for all the new Mayors Academy, I think this is a very good session because there are many benefits you can gain from joining this academy. First of all, actually, you can strengthen your leadership capacity, which later you will gain knowledge and tools to lead sustainable urban transformation. You will enhance your skill in urban planning, finance, climate action, and also digital governance. And also you will have the opportunity to network with global and also regional network, city to city collaboration, and also maybe you can be part of the partnership if you would like to, you come out with your bankable solution on your urban initiative. That's all, Kurt,
Thank you.
if I may.
Sure, thank you. Thank you so much. Mayor Kazi, how did your participation in the academy change the way that you approach your job as mayor?
Well,
Wait. It's for Mayor Kazi. I'll come back to you, Ani.
Thank you, Kurt. Good morning, everyone. It's great to be here once again. As in, the nature has changed. Now we are attending this as an alumni. So, seeing as Dr. Annie said, all faces are familiar, and it was a great experience to be part of such academy with esteemed lecturers, professors, mentors, and it just changed the whole mindset and whole approach of me as a mayor to look the problems that I used to look at the way, because before attending this academy, I was not being able to think the problems are similar as in global, because I just used to see those problems with local lens. But after those attending this academy, I used to see those problems in a global lens. So I can I've learned so many things that I found so many colleagues. Dr. Annie is one of them, and we still have such good friends, and we learn from the experiences of each other's. And I have so many mentors. I try to maintain all the connections, all the with everyone. And the most important thing is that for me as a mayor of a region in Pakistan, and within Pakistan it's Balochistan, Turbat, which is almost a very deprived and rural area. I think I was one of the most representative of a most rural area in our batch. So if I was not being part of the academy, so I might never been able to meet these esteemed professor or esteemed organizations with, and I got never I will not never been able to attend or to got such an opportunity at this level. So I'm very thankful that I was the first and only mayor from Pakistan to as court questioned us that are we graduated, but we think so, we are graduated from the academy. We do have the certificate and we do have the picture as well, that that Sri is handing us the certificate. So yes, it was a great experience for us. And as a mayor of Turbat, I learned so much, and I'm trying and to practice some initiatives which I learned through this academy. I started some. I'm just going to start an scholarship program with the University of Turbat within my with the support of Municipal Corporation Turbat, a mayoral scholarship program for the local students who are studying in University of Turbat. And I also started a program of clean energy by provision of some solar system, solar panels to home solar panels, just to have some to maintain the clean and green energy, to cut off the to burden of from the electricity. And we also working in waste management. And we also started an I just bought some machinery from factories, that I'm trying to clean all those sewerage which were uh, which was made 10 20 30 years ago, and they were all chalked. And we started to clean them first time in Turbat, that we have started to cleaning through machineries. So it's just it's not that I'm doing these kind of things because it's new. Maybe it's not new for all around the world, but these things are very new and rare for Turbat, city like Turbat. Until no one has seen such kind of things, so they don't have the idea to bring such machineries and to clean the several lines which are choked. If the sewerage are choked, so they just rebuild it. So they digged it and started to reconstruct it. So through these this platform, I met so many mayors, and I learned so many things. So I'm trying to bring those experiences into the ground and execute them.
Okay, great, thank you. Let me come back to Mayor Ani. Did your participation in the academy change the way that you approach your day-to-day work as mayor?
Yeah, of course. Because from the global and also regional networking, we actually we try to exchange views and also best practices. So whatever that we learn from other mayors, we actually try to implement it in our locality. So different mayors, like what Mr. Balakshir Ghazi mentioned just now, they have sometimes the initiative that has been implemented at certain locality in the different country actually become a part of lesson learned that can be used for us to to implement at our place. So another benefit is actually we have the opportunity to get a high impact network with the city-to-city collaboration, and also linkages to all the academic institution, and also development partners that can actually assist us in getting the expertise on certain issues. Like for previous session, we learned about how to mitigate flash flood that has been presented by one of the our peers in Thailand. Maybe I can answer your questions, Kurt.
Yes, so let me actually see if any of the new mayors have questions for you. Mayors, you've heard from two of the graduates from last year's class. Do you have any questions for either Mayor Ani or Mayor Kaze? If so, at the bottom of your screen, you can click on React and raise your hand, or you can simply unmute your microphone and ask a question. Don't see any questions yet. So let me just ask each of you, if you would, what single piece of advice would you give to the mayors from this year's class? And Mayor Ani, I'll start with you.
Okay, I think be prepared for each module. Just do some preparation before the module, and be bold enough to ask many questions that burning question that you have in mind, and please respect time. So you have to really manage. I think all the honorable mayors is busy with so many things at their workplace, but take this opportunity to really gain new knowledge, and also from the experts around the Asia Pacific region, and also stay engaged, and you just have to from time to time please communicate each other, because every question that has been prepared for you in each and every module, they are actually expert that will present the module. So take this opportunity, and maybe from that module, you can ask so many questions, and maybe that is the opportunity for you. That is the only opportunity that you have when you when you join this academy, Mayor.
Thank you very much. Mayor Kaze, same question to you.
I would like to give advice to the new mayor that they should they should stay open-minded and focused, and they must engage with expert and mentors and with fellow mayors as well, because it's an golden opportunity for them to learn and learn global lessons, so they can be wise to listen them and learn from them. As Dr. Annie said, they must ask questions, because until you ask questions, so you may not get the clear concept, and those who delivers them the lessons, they are experts, so they are here to teach them. So please use this opportunity to learn, and just don't pass the time. Don't waste your time and the time of experts. It's a great opportunity to be here, to so use it and learn from them. And as the meantime, I would say that when they learn a module, so they just they are in the position so they can execute or plan according to the city, according for their city at the meantime. So if they would do such kind of thing, it will be much easier for them to build something real while they are in the journey of academy of learning. So that's my advice for them.
Thank you very much. Thank you both. Esteemed mayors, you'll see more of alumni over the course of this academy. We invite alumni back to provide feedback to the class and give their insights both on how they've been implementing initiatives as well as providing further feedback and advice on your own initiatives. So thank you again, and we'll see you in subsequent modules. You're welcome to stay for the rest of the session, but we know that you've already been through this, and thank you again for joining us today.
Thank you, Kurt. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Take care
Thank you.
all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, before we go to the next session, I understand that the mayor of Kampong Chong, Cambodia is with us.
Yes.
Mayor, I see you there, that you're unmuted. Could you just very briefly introduce yourself?
Yes.
And tell us in 1 minute what is very special about your community.
Okay. Good afternoon. My name is Nia. I'm from Cambodia, Kampong Chhnang municipality. And I graduated from Japan and I became a mayor for 2 years. Before I'm appointed to be a mayor, I'm a deputy vice mayor for 8 years in this city. And I'm really happy to join this academy, and I will learn from you all and also share some of my experience in my city to you all. The challenge in my city now is about waste management, both solid waste and also wastewater management in my city. And I also really sorry that right now I have a urgent meeting that I can't to join this online late. Yeah.
No worries. Thank you very much for joining us, and we'll hear more from you throughout the session and throughout the academy.
Okay. Yeah.
So now we give a very quick overview, and we're running a little bit late, of what the academy will deliver over the course of the next several months. All of you have obviously applied to the academy, saw the materials that were presented as part of that application, but very quickly we'll go through and highlight the objectives of the academy and how it will be delivered. So it is focused primarily on leadership and on sustainable urban development and how to promote innovative solutions in your communities. Through the delivery of different modules and mobilizing the experts both within partners and throughout the networks across the region, we provide tools, strategies, and models and deliver best practices in planning and management approaches. The academy is only as successful as the participants and the fellows. So it is as much about your exchange, your peer learning, and your cooperation among class members and fellow mayors to take advantage of what's being delivered, to ask questions about the curriculum, and to exchange again amongst yourselves, sharing your own experiences, what has worked in your communities, what has not worked, what are some challenges that you're facing, and hear from your fellow mayors some potential solutions and advice. We provide really a framework for taking planning actions, but we ground that advice in sustainable development pathways that have been developed with partners across the region. Next slide, please. So it is structured around these modules. The first is today, focusing on cities and why they're important and planning and managing for sustainable urban development. And then we'll go through a course of subsequent modules that look at navigating crises. And we know that this region and cities are facing crises related to economics, infrastructure gaps, financing, housing crises, a whole range of intersecting crises that are most visible in the region's cities. So the second module will focus on navigating through the crisis context. The third is what we call one of the 4 curriculum modules. It is the foundation of the Academy, looking at innovative and inclusive urban and territorial planning, because planning really sets the foundation for any further actions that you would take within your communities. Subsequent module is on building resilience and grounding your solutions in climate action so that the investments in your community withstand any future shocks or stresses, including those from the impacts of climate change. The next module, module 5, is really focused on digital innovations and mobilizing and leveraging technologies and the most appropriate digital solutions within communities. And then the last module is on urban finance. How do you finance all of those solutions? And it's really the final piece of the puzzle is, once you've developed what you want to do and some of the solutions, how do you finance and implement them in your community? Next slide. The schedule here has already been outlined for you, and shared with you by email. But we start today and we'll end at the end of September with a graduation presentation, which is at this point expected to be in conjunction with the UCLG Asia Pacific, United States and Local Governments Asia Pacific Congress, which will take place in the Republic of Korea near the end of September. But we have outlined here each of the modules and the expected delivery dates for those, and this will be shared with you again as well. Next slide. Again, we focus really on leadership and strategy. We do not expect you to become subject experts in climate or in urban planning or in smart cities. So we try to focus on what can a mayor do to bring people together around those fundamental issues. We look at case studies that would be helpful to you, and we try to bring simulation-based learning. And we'll go through one of those today, so I won't dwell on that. We have a range of academic partners and faculty who will deliver the modules with you. And the most important thing is that we ask each of you to bring a concrete city initiative with you into the academy that you develop and incorporate the learnings throughout. And some of that has already been communicated to you as well in the materials. So next slide. The initiative really is something that is for each of you, and it can be either a mayoral initiative that is new to your community, or it could be a development challenge that you are currently addressing. And we use the expertise and the feedback that you receive through the course of the academy and each of the modules to help you develop the solution. So what is the challenge that your initiative is trying to address? What is your proposed solution? What is the evidence that you need to make decisions? What is the technical capacity? How will you finance the solution? And what is your timeline? So when we'll talk throughout the course of the academy on your initiative. Some of you may be trying to address waste management or flooding or other issues. And this is your opportunity to incorporate fully the expertise that the Academy brings to you in developing a concrete and bankable solution. That's right. And we will have a series of feedback sessions. So we'll review those initiatives in early June. You'll submit updated initiatives periodically as you begin to incorporate the learnings from the Academy, and then we'll have individualized feedback calls with each of you, again, leveraging the appropriate expertise from the Academy on your particular subject or challenge. Excellent. We've had a range of initiatives, including environmental sustainability, waste, climate, youth empowerment, basic services, community engagement, public service, and developing partnerships. And these are what you have actually brought forward as your initial ideas. So you'll hear as we go across the Academy some particular aspects of the curriculum that are focused on the challenges and initiatives that you're bringing forward, so that this Academy is as much tailored to those challenges as possible. Next slide. And then upon successful completion of your initiative and fully developing that, attending all of the sessions, you will receive a certificate of completion or graduation, which will be held again in the Republic of Korea in conjunction with the UCLG ESCAP Congress. Okay. That's the overview. We're a little bit behind time, so we'll take a short break of about 8 minutes, I'm told. And if you would come back at 12:40 Bangkok time, we're in about 8 minutes for the next session. Okay. Any housekeeping announcements? No? Okay, so we'll see you back here in about 8 minutes.
Okay, welcome back. We now move to our next section, which is an introduction to the future of Asia and the Pacific cities. And I'd like to invite Dr. Mahesti Oki Tasari from UNU to provide an overview of the report. Over to you, Oki.
Yeah, I hope everyone can hear my voice okay. Yes, please. Next slide, please. On the behalf of the Academy, this is my honor to introduce the flagship report from ESCAP. The future of Asian and the Pacific cities, crisis resilience urban futures, which is going to be our key references for the Academy. This report, I think you'll find this report interesting because it's over a lot of actionable guidance for managing issues like urbanizations, while also building resilience to crises and to ensure the future development is sustainable. Thank you, Rebecca. She has shared the link to the report. So the entire report is available online. So after today's sessions, I encourage you all to at least check the report. Because I think we're going to refer to this report toward the modules that we have in the Academy. Next slide, please. So the report is organized into 4 thematic areas, which is also how our modules are organized, especially module 3, 4, 5, and 6. So the thematic area are urban and territorial planning, resilient multi-level climate actions, digital transformation in cities, and the last one is on urban finance. So each of these key thematic area, if you go through the report, you'll find very informative case studies that might relevant to your cities, or you can sort of like contextualize to help with your initiative. And also they offer comparative analysis so that you can get a more comprehensive understanding of the similarities, differences, and also practices that's been going on in different type of cities, especially in Asia and the Pacific. So it's in our hope that you actually go through those case studies and inform and guide your decisions, and not only in developing the initiative, but also in your day-to-day job with regard to policy formulations, investment strategies, and also planning approach. Next slide, please. So in the urban and territorial planning, you find the discussions is focused a lot on the interconnected networks of system within cities, and what kind of benefit that you can get by creating a policy environment that is transformative, resilience, to improve the quality of life of your communities. You can also find discussions on how to develop a holistic housing, urban planning, and disaster risk management policies. I understand many of you are interested in, especially on flood protections and those related to disaster management in your initiative. So under this chapter, you'll find strategies and what kind of regulations that are available to tackle such crises in the cities. And overall, what is the bottom line is to promote integrated, compact, and mixed-use neighborhoods that is supported by functionable urban services, including public transport and active mobility. And the second thematic areas tackled specifically on resilient and multi-level climate actions, especially on targeting low carbon and resilient urban future. I think many of the cities, including yours, are dealing with rapid urbanizations and also rising GHG emissions, while you're also facing, still building your infrastructures, facing limited financial resources, and also competing priorities. So those in this chapter, there are practical and effective climate mitigation measures and also adaptations pathway, and strategies to enhance data collections, for example, how to shift your low carbon sources to tackle the urban energy crisis, and then how to deal with the monitoring, reporting, and verifications. Next slide, please. So the next chapter talk about digital transformation in cities. This you're going to find it home in the module 5. We're talking about smart cities, and urban digital transformation will be the main point of discussions in that module, module 5, and also in this chapter, which focus on inclusivity, people-centered smart city policies, and how to enhance the capacity of your government to implement inclusive digital strategies. Also, bottom line that we would like to draw your attentions here is strategies to promote engagement and multi-stakeholder partnership, which is a key thing, not only on transformations on your city to digital modes, but also in overall tackling the sustainable urban development policies. The last chapter that we would like you to pay attention to is on urban finance for sustainable developments. This chapter will be the key reference for module 6, where we're going to explore financial strategies that your cities can effectively apply So there are strategies you find there to leverage your municipal finance, both talking about revenue, expenditure, grants, intergovernmental transfer, but also like those financing that are getting for big projects like land-based financing instruments, and how to link them with the development of compact urban areas. So the chapter also discuss other instruments that can use to fund the urban development projects and to provide services, not only the big, large projects, infrastructure projects, but also like how to deal with the limited resources or revenues in your cities. I think that's the all quick overview of the your handbook, I would say. And so time to time, I think my advice was to check on specific chapter before the module started so that you can get some refreshment on where the directions of the module will go. Thank you. So I think I'll just move on to the scenario exercise if everyone is ready. So this is also sort of like, I would say like ice breaking for the scenarios because you find throughout the module, we have always the scenario exercise. So this is some things that to dip your feet into shallow water for today. I don't know how many minutes do we have for now, Sanji? 20 minutes or less, since we are running behind the schedule.
We're running a little bit late. Okay, I think we can assign about 20 minutes to this session.
Okay.
And then I think Kurt also wanted to say a few things before we dived into the details.
Yes,
okay, why don't you introduce the scenario exercise, and then before we go into the breakout rooms, I'll just say a few things.
So for today, we are going to put you in the two breakout sessions. One is talking about waste management and the other one on natural disaster and climate resilience. And we would like you to discuss and share with the fellow mayors on what kind of executive actions that would you take and what kind of information do you need to make a decision, and how we will get this information from, who will you engage in the process. But the bottom line here is that the scenarios are hypothetical in nature, and it's not directly related to your city. So we'll provide cases where, what if you were a mayor of these A cities? So I think we'll go through the breakout rooms after this. Kurt?
Okay, thank you, Oki. As you go into the breakout rooms, you'll be assigned to one or the other of these scenarios. As Oki said, these are hypothetical scenarios. It is not your city. We do not want you to say what you're doing in your city. We want you to address the scenario and focus really on what a mayor and only a mayor can do. What executive actions would you take? Would it be an executive order? Would it be meeting with the national government? Would it be creating a task force? Those are the things that only a mayor can do in a local community. We want you to focus on what information you need to make executive decisions, and how will you get that information? Who will you work with, whether it be within city departments, citizens, the national government, civil society, private sector, or otherwise? And then how will you take forward those decisions? What can you do immediately? What can you do in the midterm? And then what longer term efforts would you take? Again, please focus and come to a consensus on those executive actions, because that is what you'll report back at the end of this scenario exercise. The three main actions that you would take as a mayor. And again, this is collectively within your breakout sessions. So you're sharing the role of the mayor of each of these cities facing scenarios. I hope that's all well understood. Enjoy the scenario in the breakout rooms. Please try to stay focused on the crisis at hand. Okay, so Oki, and let me introduce Fernando from IGES, who will facilitate one of the breakout sessions, and Oki will facilitate the other.
So please join the breakout room, as you can see on your screen where you have been invited to relevant breakout room. And for partners who are not assigned, feel free to join whichever room is available for you.
Welcome back. I hope you had a good interactive session. We will now invite our facilitators to guide us through the sharing of the outcomes of the scenario exercise. So over to you, Oki and Fernando, to invite mayors to share their experiences.
Thank you very much, Sanchi. We have two mayors, one Mayor Chantara from Cambodia and the representative of Banda Aceh representing Mayor Eliza. So we had a very quick and rapid discussions, but then I think if we can pull out a few the Miro board, I think we would like to invite perhaps representative from Banda Aceh to share briefly the takeaways that we discussed about the executive actions that mayor would like to take and informations and how will you engage the process. Please,
Okay.
you have like 2 minutes or so.
Yeah, 2 minutes. Thank you, Ms. Mahesti. Yeah, we have a very big problem with the waste in our new city. So we have the short-term, mid-term, and long-term planning to do this or to take this solution. First of all, we have to work together with community and work together with legislation and also with a private to find a solution about this problem, about the waste. And after that, we just need the legislation approved about the financial to find the solution about the how to make a solution in short term, mid term, and also long term planning. For the short term planning, we need to collaborate or communicate and also cooperate with the community to directly clean up the city from the waste, because the waste cannot put in long time in the community because it causes a lot of health problem and also another. So for the short solution, we just take the rubbish or the waste to another place for the temporary. Or for instance, we can cooperate with the city neighbor and to put some of our waste first for in the temporary place. And for the midterm, yeah, we need to make like a local regulation about the waste management. The waste management for from communities, I mean from the household. So they have to reduce the waste, how to reduce the waste, how to separate the waste, and how to recycling the waste. And for the private sector also, they have to make something, not how to say that, increase the waste from their product. So they have to find another product that natural friendly or not cannot produce the waste. And also from how to say that again, a community, a private sector, and also we have to work with the government also, because we have a lot of government and local I mean department that you need to also manage the waste. And for long term, we need to about that budget is already approved from the legislation. We need to find another landfill and well managed, and also for the long term we need to cooperate with private sector, and also maybe the development the developed city, because they have like waste to energy, so we can produce the waste from the waste to energy to electrical, from the waste to like briquette, it can be reused again, and we can also have bio solar from that waste. So that's in my opinion. Thank you.
Since we only have two, mayors, Sanji. I would just to invite Mayor Chandra if he has anything to add. I think he also mentioned quite interesting ideas on discussing with the Ministry of Environment for additional resources and as well as deploying mobile bins to the for the immediate actions to the informal settlements area. But I didn't see Mayor Chandra.
Nothing.
Oh,
nothing.
is there? Oh, nothing to add? Okay, thank you very much. So hand over back to you, Sanji. Thank you. Thank you, mayors.
Thank you so much to the mayors and to our facilitators. Are there any overall other comments from anybody? Okay, I think in the interest of time, we'll just move on then. To Fernando, please continue.
Yes, hello, thank you so much. So we had four mayors in our breakout room discussing about flood risk and climate risk management. And the mayor from Malaysia has volunteered to talk in our behalf of the group. So since we were four, it will be the mayor from Hulu Selangor who will provide a brief summary from our scenario 2. So please, Honorable Mayor, the floor is yours.
Okay, hi. I represent my group. We already discussed about the flood and the disaster risk. So during the discussion, we conclude that as an executive action that we need to take as our mayor in our local authority, in our locality, the first one is we need to establish our early warning system for the community so that we can alert them to be prepared for the upcoming risk happen in the area. And the second one, as a suggestion from our group members, Honorable Mayor, we need to prepare our risk mapping and knowledge of the risk, the types of risk, which is maybe you can use the GIS, Geo Information System. So using this GIS, it can help us. It can become a very useful tools to identify the area that prone happen this kind of flood or disaster. And one of the third one of the executive action that we need to take is involve the relevant organization and task force and implement regulation for disaster mitigation and reduction. And furthermore, we also need to establish the local adaptation plan of action for climate change and disaster risk. And we also have an idea from the one of the member to establish this MCR 2030 implementation. Maybe later my colleague, my group member can help to add on more about this MCR. And I also want to add more because we don't have enough time to discuss about the action for for the short term, medium or long term. I would like to add more. Regarding managing this kind of this risk or disaster, we also need to determine the immediate, mid-term and long-term. Maybe since we have a short time, I would like to address about the long-term actions. We actually can predict, we know from the GIS, from the early warning system, we know which area are prone to this kind of disaster. So we need to develop and implement our comprehensive flood, for example, flood mitigation plan. Design the master plan that includes major infrastructure projects like retention ponds, river deepening, and flood walls and diversion channels. So this kind of infrastructure, I believe, it will be useful for the country, for the government, local government to mitigate the issues regarding this kind of flood or disaster happen in our area. I think that for now from our group. Maybe the other mayor in my group, they can add some more. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. I think because we were four mayors in the breakout room, so it was a little bit time constraint. And I think also on the interest of time, we need to move back to the continue the session. So it was very interesting listening from all the mayors present and looking forward to continue this engagement. Back to you, Sanji. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Fernando. Before we move on to the next session, I just want to give the opportunity for any academy partners or mayors to share any of their reflections. Is there anybody who'd like to contribute?
Oh,
Over to you, Kurt.
okay. Thanks, thanks to both of the groups. I think, we will be using these kind of scenario exercises throughout the academy. So it's important to understand how to use the scenarios and what to focus on. I think one of the key elements of these scenarios is often we talk about what needs to be done. Like we need an early warning system here. We need to develop a waste separation system there. What we want mayors to focus on, and the question really is, the constituents will ask, how will our mayor lead us to those solutions? What leadership and what executive actions can a mayor implement to get to those solutions? So is it an allocation of a budget? Is it a mandate through executive order? Is it a drafting of legislation? Is it setting a task team and mobilizing and directing the government? Is it bringing together different stakeholders to develop a solution? Those are the things that we want mayors to focus on. So again, as we go through these scenario exercises, as in future modules, focus on where you would best apply your leadership skills. Is it in bringing experts together? Is it in mobilizing the community through public meetings? Is it raising awareness through various campaigns? Those elements will be critical as we talk more about the substance and the challenges of sustainable urban development going forward. So thank you very much, and let's continue with the discussions.
Thank you so much, Kurt, and thank you again to all the mayors and the facilitators, and we look forward to continuing to engage you through these scenario exercises in a very practical way. So moving on to the next session. So now we transition into the section titled Urban Transformations in the Asia Context of Asia and the Pacific. The next few slides really provide you with a high-level overview of the regional trends, challenges, and recommendations. Can we go back to the next slide? The slide you were showing. Really provide you with a high-level overview of the key regional trends, challenges, and recommendations emerging from ESCAP's latest publication, which is titled Urban Transformation in Asia and the Pacific, From Growth to Resilience, which really sets the scene for the regional landscape. This publication was recently launched at our 81st Commission, at our 81st Economic and Social Commission for Asia and the Pacific, and was based on the theme Regional Cooperation for Resilient and Sustainable Development. Next slide, please. Looking at our region, I think, and there's a couple of demographic and regional trends that are important for us to acknowledge and to understand as we support sustainable development in the region. I think the first one is really understanding that our region is undergoing urban expansion. We're seeing the growth of both cities and urban areas, and it is expected that Asia Pacific's urban population will exceed 2.2 billion and currently exceeds 2.2 billion and is projected to grow by 50% by 2050. At the same time that we're seeing this urban expansion, we're also seeing that populations are also aging. And it is projected that older persons will double from 722 million in 2024 to 1.3 billion by 2050. And this change in demographics really requires us to rethink how we deliver urban services and infrastructure to meet these changing needs. Additionally, in some parts of our region, we're seeing that cities are actually shrinking, especially in East and Northeast Asia, and we're seeing lower birth rates. We're seeing the slowing down of urbanization, and it's also linked to aging populations that are also contributing to this decline in population. At the same time, we're seeing that cities in our region are really economic powerhouses, and we're seeing that cities contribute around 80% of the region's GDP, which is pretty significant. And another key trend that we're seeing is the growth or the rapid advancement in digital innovation and smart cities. And many cities and urban areas are utilizing technology and AI and to really transform how they operate, deliver services, infrastructure, and also generally how they govern. Next slide, please. At the same time, we're seeing that cities are also facing a number of challenges. We're seeing that there is growing informality across many cities and urban areas in the region. Currently, it is estimated that 650 million people live in informal settlements, and also a significant portion, 65% of the urban workforce actually operate in the informal economy. We're also seeing that given the increasing demand for housing and the shortfall in supply, that we have affordable housing crisis in the region. And we're seeing rising home prices in many cities that are outpacing income growth and income levels, and really making housing much more, especially adequate housing, much less accessible to the majority of people in urban areas. And then at the same time, as cities grow, we're also seeing aging infrastructure. As cities rapidly expand, and I'm sure many of the mayors who are on this call are experiencing this as well, that local governments do not have the capacity to meet up with the demand for the increasing demand for infrastructure, and then also the need for more resilient infrastructure given the challenges related to the climate change and the climate crisis. Then also moving into other challenges that we're seeing and that really exacerbate the challenges in our region. We're also seeing that many cities are very vulnerable to climate change and really suffer from the impacts of extreme heat. Some cities are experiencing land subsidence due to increasing water extraction and the growth of cities. We're also seeing challenges related to increasing floods and also climate-induced migration. Another key aspect is that we're seeing fragmented urban governance. Given the urban growth, there sometimes tends to be overlapping urban jurisdictions and weak coordination, I would say, across national government, as well as between national and local government, which really hinders effective urban management. And at the same time, given the global situation, we're also seeing increasing economic volatility, especially given that cities play such a significant role in supporting the economies of their countries as well as global economies, and this volatility then is affecting the growth and resilience of cities. Next slide. So based on these trends and these challenges, this report comes up with 5 key recommendations. And these recommendations include enhancing regional cooperation for resilient and sustainable urban development, also the need to adopt integrated national urban policies that really support multi-level governance and create an enabling environment for all levels of government to support sustainable development, and also the need to strengthen subnational and local data collection, and really to promote the development of evidence-based urban policies that are based on the realities, the needs and priorities of local communities. And then as we're seeing, given this transition in demographics, it's important to be aware of the changing demographics within cities and urban areas, and really to be able to respond and adapt spatial planning and ensure that we have inclusive social policies that are addressing and relevant to the changing demographic needs of our region. And then the last one is about ensuring that we also pursue a diverse and innovative approach to urban financing and, whether it's through intergovernmental transfers or municipal taxation or land value captures, and just exploring. The report explores different models to enhance urban financing to ensure that it's relevant to the diverse context of our region. And I'll stop there. So now we will transition into the next presentation, which is an introduction to the global development frameworks. And this will be presented by Tam from UN Habitat. Over to you, Tam. Is Tam on the call? Yes.
Tam, can you please unmute?
In the interest of time, let's move to.
Hi.
Are you there?
Hi, Sanji. Hi. Yep, sorry. Let me continue on. So maybe going to the next slide, just to introduce the global development frameworks. So honorable mayors, it's a pleasure to be with you here. My name's Tam. In the interest of time, as mentioned, it's just a short refresher on global development frameworks, many of which that you'll already be quite aware, but just to see how far we've come. So moving on to the next slide. What we know today as the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development builds upon decades of intensive negotiations and deliberations, all the way to the grassroots level and right up to parliaments worldwide. So as depicted here, as you see on the screen, we've witnessed a profound series of global development frameworks adopted by 2015-16 following the 2030 Agenda. And collectively, they have established the overarching means to not only review, but drive progress towards the achievement of targets addressing climate change via the Paris Agreement, DRR, disaster risk reduction via the Sendai Framework, sustainable urbanization via the New Urban Agenda, along with the financing for development framework via the Addis Ababa Action Agenda. Next slide. So in relation to the Paris Agreement, more than ever, governments and stakeholders, including citizens themselves, need to come together to address what had been described by the UN Secretary General as the greatest threat to humanity, namely climate change. As a successor to the Kyoto Protocol, which preceded it, this sentiment was the basis for the adoption of the Paris Agreement in 2015, at the time signed by 197 parties, which in itself is also unprecedented. In fact, despite agreeing to a 2 degrees Celsius ceiling at the time of 2015, world leaders have since revised this to an even more ambitious target of limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees by the end of the century. The reality is that to survive and thrive, GHG must peak by 2025 and decline by 43% by 2030. Next slide. Now, in your everyday duties as mayors, no doubt you have had to deal with one or more of several of the SDGs. As a mayor, you have likely experienced firsthand how one concern, such as poor waste management we've discussed earlier today, can have cascading effects on clean water and sanitation, influenced by the availability of infrastructure and directly resulting from our own lifestyles and consumption patterns, in turn connected with livelihoods. So while each of the 17 SDGs you see here on the screen are unique, this demonstrates also further the integrated and indivisible nature of the SDGs. Next slide. To help conceptualize the relevance of the SDGs, it can also often be useful to refer to the 3 pillars of sustainable development, referring to the central economy pillar encompassing SDGs 8, 9, 10, and 12, interface with the society pillar encompassing SDGs 1 to 7, 11, and 16, bounded by the environmental pillar encompassing SDGs 6, 13 to 15. In this way, we can see that SDG 17 on partnerships helps to bind all the 3 pillars and the 17 SDGs together. Next slide. Now, here we see the regional snapshot for the Asia-Pacific region in 2025, kindly prepared by ESCAP and launched at the Asia-Pacific Forum for Sustainable Development early this year, which we, of course, highly recommend you read, and we'll share the link there for follow-up as well. So from this report that we appreciate that the region is currently at pace in many ways, although very far away from achieving the 17 SDGs, and in fact, rather regressing, particularly in SDG 13. And unless together we can amplify our collective efforts, the earliest we achieve the SDGs will be far in the future, sometime beyond 2060. Not only are we at the serious risk of missing the target on the majority of the SDGs, we recognize that half of the SDG indicators do not have sufficient data, especially concerning aspects, for instance, concerning gender equality, SDG 5, peace, justice, and strong institutions, SDG 16. Like the theme showcasing here, we need to share and learn more from each other throughout the Mayor's Academy. Next slide. As leaders of each of your respective cities, the SDGs which may have been most exposed to is SDG 11, acknowledging a pursuit to make cities and human settlements inclusive, safe, resilient, and sustainable. One way of looking at this could be through the depiction here, considering the provision of urban basic services as infrastructure, housing, and energy and sanitation as one critical dimension, while reviewing our ecosystems, natural resources on land, water, and air as a complementary dimension. Between these two dimensions is also vital to understand and help ensure how we achieve equity and equality. In practice, we also know that SDGs have an urban dimension as highlighted by our colleagues, and we'll discuss further in the context of SDG localization. Next slide. Now, across the Asia-Pacific region, which we reside, we are also witnessing unparalleled mushrooming and consuming. I'm not talking about lunch, I'm thinking about yourselves already, but consider that Asia accounts for more than half of the global food market. 3/4 of vegetables are produced in Asia. Taking Southeast Asia as an example, food production, which is also incredibly energy and water intensive, contributes to 30% of GHG emissions and 80% of deforestation. So as you can appreciate, in a region which already accounts for more than 60% of urban dwellers, the significant impacts which our cities have, whether related to energy and food consumption, water usage, or attitudes to waste on the environment. This underscores why more actions need to be delivered in cities and hopefully help you and your cities. Next slide. At the start of this presentation, we examined the global development frameworks underpinning the Agenda 2030. So now we'll speak briefly on SDG localization and recognizing the significance of multi-level governance, which will also be touched on by our colleagues from IGES shortly. But in this context, we note subsidiarity, which acknowledges you as mayors knowing best the needs and concerns of your local constituents. So while the Agenda 2030 for Sustainable Development and its complementary global development frameworks discussed earlier help offer guidance on the normative principles to be observed, the concept of localizing the SDGs recognizes that goals, targets, and indicators also need to be context-based and locally informed based upon your unique situation and characteristics. Next slide. So to come towards an end, localizing the SDGs step by step, we need to encourage cities to initiate an inclusive participatory process to raise awareness of the SDGs, engaging all parts of local government, through the collective will and consensus of parties to realize ambitious yet realistic goals, have agreed goals in mind, and examine existing mechanisms to get there, including identifying areas where capacity may still need to be developed and cultivated and supported further through national mechanisms, as well as additional finances that might be necessary. And indeed, partaking in the Mayor's Academy, which you're already joining today as part of a network of fellow mayors and through opening new doors and partnerships. Finally, VLRs assist you to get back on track and remain on track in supporting and monitoring evaluation throughout. Next slide. And with that, I'll hand over to colleagues to discuss further on localization and the VLRs. Thank you, Sanji.
Thank you so much, Tan, for that presentation and the overview of the global development frameworks. We now will transition into an overview of localization through voluntary local reviews. Next slide. So as you've heard from Tam in the last section, and he highlighted the importance of SDG localization. And essentially, voluntary local reviews allow your cities to systematically assess and report your progress towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals. And beyond merely reporting, VLRs also enable you to tell your city's unique story, celebrate success, and identify needs and areas requiring further support. These reviews also help to build stronger stakeholder engagement, accountability, and contribute towards effective policymaking aligned with the global development goals. And you will delve deeper into developing VLRs and their contributions in Module 2. We just wanted to provide you with an overview of this SDG localization platform that ESCAP has developed in collaboration with various partners. And this was launched at our Committee on Environment and Development in October 2023. Please go through to the previous slide. And essentially what this platform contains, let's go to the next slide. Essentially, it's a comprehensive resource hub for sustainable urban development. And what you'll find on this platform is a good amount of rich case studies. You'll find interviews with experts and mayors, and as well as policy briefs to which really captures successful practices from across our region. The work that you'll find on this platform also builds on our Asia Pacific voluntary review guidelines that were launched in 2020. And also within this platform, you'll also find specialized training resources and capacity building opportunities and new tools, including the SDG 11 roadmap and our newly developed e-learning courses, which you'll also be engaging in during the next module. Also through this platform, there is networking opportunities, such as through the Asia Pacific Localization Partnership, which is really designed to connect you with peers, experts, practitioners who are committed to advancing local sustainability. So we encourage all of you to visit the platform, to look at the resources that are available, and to utilize this to engage with and support your SDG localization journey, as well as hopefully the development of your voluntary local reviews within your cities. And I think in your applications, the majority of mayors indicated that they are eager to undertake a voluntary local review within their cities, and we hope that these resources will help you to take that process forward. Okay. Yes, and I think in the interest of time, before going to the closing, we'd also like to provide you with an overview of the upcoming Module 2, and I'd like to hand over to Liz to take us through this session. Over to you, Liz.
Thank you, Sanji. I'm Liz from the United Cities and Local Governments Asia Pacific. So allow me to briefly introduce the next module on navigating a multi-crisis context, key approaches for addressing multiple crises. Next slide, please. So the objectives are mainly to introduce the key approaches and initiatives on how to manage crisis, including the triple planetary crisis and other future shocks. And by the end of the module, we expect mayors to be able to at least know the basics of these approaches and initiatives and the importance of integrated approaches in building urban resilience. And lastly, to explain how the voluntary local review process can showcase crisis management and recovery at the local level. Next slide, please. So for your homework or assignment, it's basically two things. So first is to enroll and take the first course of the SDG Localization and Climate Action Synergies e-learning course. If you mentioned if you recall a past few slides, Sanji mentioned it's part of the SDG Localization platform. And then the other is we will be sharing with you the initiative planning template. So it's just to familiarize yourself with the template. We do not yet expect you to answer each of the parts of the template because that would be for the duration of the academy. So we'll take you there slowly. And we'll do it together. Next slide, please. So this is just to show you how you will before you enroll, you need to create an account first in the e-learning platform. It's very easy. You can do it in 1 to 2 minutes. And the confirmation also for your account will also come in a few minutes. So you'll be able to do it very quickly. And this e-learning platform, you will be able to take this course is self-paced, but during the duration of the academy, we will be taking each of the modules along. So for module 2, we expect you to complete the first module. Next slide, please. Okay, so this is to sign in, but this assumes that you already created an account. So if you have not yet, please do register for an account first. Next slide, please. And then, of course, once you've registered and signed in, you can enroll for the course. Next slide, please. And then once you've enrolled, you can launch the first the course introduction there. Next slide, please. And as I briefly mentioned earlier, we'll be sharing with you this template. So no need to panic. You don't need to answer everything yet by the next module. And next slide, I think this is the last one. So I'm looking forward to seeing everyone to the next modules on May 13. But back to Sanji. Thank you.
Module 2. We now come to the end of our session, and I'd like to hand over to Shri Puri to provide the closing remarks for the session. Over to you, Shri.
Hi, 1 minute. I'm having some issues. Great, thank you, colleagues. What a wonderful day here. Congratulations to all our participants. I know that few could not join for personal reasons and also some obligations on the professional front. So you started and you embarked on a journey which we will ensure that this will be quite productive and fruitful. But this is also reciprocation. It depends on how much you reciprocate to the amount of our enthusiasm and our inspiration to work with you. So we really count on your dedicated time for the next meetings, making sure that you are free from other official obligations just for 3 hours, because this is going to stay with you forever. So it's wonderful getting to know all of you. At least in the beginning, and then in the duration of the homework, and also good to listen to the stories that you are coming with, from your cities. So as you may have heard before, it's Asia Pacific is like a marketplace, so I don't know whether you have 7-Elevens. In Thailand and Southeast Asia, we have too many 7-Elevens, right? So these 7-Elevens are like a supermarket that has everything in that store, everything, right? So similarly, our Asia Pacific region is a kind of a 7-Eleven of all the disasters. You just name any disaster, any type of disaster, both natural and the climatic, we have it all, right? So, and this reminds me also, one of the mayor that has joined is from Banda Aceh, and some of us from the resource persons, we were very fortunate that we associated ourselves working in Banda Aceh in 2005 and 2000 up to 2008 and 9. amazing resilience of the people and amazing story of reconstruction. One of the best reconstruction that everyone talks about, and everyone remembers how they have done so much of community rebuilding, the cities rebuilding within 3 to 4 years' time. And same time, we also have seen many best practices related to community-led waste management in several parts of Indonesia and also other parts of Southeast Asia. So we will have to see how we can share some of those lessons, not only from us, but also hear from you, right? And it's going to be a fast track trajectory in terms of how traditionally we all learn from universities as postgraduate diploma or a certificate or a kind of short course. This is going to be a crash course for you. But we will make sure our partners and the resource persons work tirelessly in kind of bringing all the ingredients together so that you will unlock all that new opportunities and new potentials and innovation by knowing what has worked elsewhere with slight adaptation to your context. Can you really leapfrog in providing those solutions to your communities? It's lovely to see all of you, some of you in traditional attire. And in closing, let me thank with all the partners, Habitat, ESCAP, UCLG, ASPAC. Nadia is not there for personal reasons. Colleagues from UNU, the Pacific Rim University colleagues, the IGES. So we really looking forward to support all the mayors from your offices. And this is going to be best academy experience for the next 6 months, and we will assure you that. Thank you very much, all of you. Back to Sanji.
Thank you so much, Sri, for your closing remarks. Thank you to everyone for taking time out of your busy schedules, especially to our mayors, our academy partners and colleagues. And we look forward to seeing you all at our next session, which is scheduled for the 13th of May from 11 to 2 p.m. Bangkok time. So thank you all again, and we look forward to your participation at the next module. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Take care, everyone. Bye. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Have a nice day.